Hi, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Melissa. I thought we would change things up a bit for this video, and I'm going to take you around through different areas of my home, and we'll talk about different lighting positions and certain plants that like certain light. So yeah, I hope you find this video helpful, and yeah, we'll go around my home. All right, so this here is a south window. As you can see, I have some plants along the window edge here, and I have some plants like in front of the window receiving the sun. So most of these plants here are about a foot back from the window, and I do have some plants in the actual window ledge that you can see. Some Hoya plants that love sun, and these are two Monstera plants. Now keep in mind the south light is going to be the brightest light in your home. So the light that comes in through these windows are going to be super bright and harsh light. So you want to make sure that you're careful with some plants that not too much sun hits their leaves. You want to try and keep them about a foot back from the actual window. My Hoyas do really well with the bright light. And these Monstera are fine with this bright light here. I've had these propagating in this window and they've tolerated the light really well. I have my string of pearls here. They like really south bright light, so he's kind of off to the side a bit. And your ficus plants really want bright light too, so about a foot back from a south window is where they kind of want to be. And then any like succulents and cacti would do really well in a south light. Monstera deliciosa love south light as well, so about a foot back. They're going to appreciate that bright light that you can give them. Okay, so the next light that we're going to talk about is north light, opposite of south. North is going to be the least amount of light that your plants can receive. So I have two big north windows in this house, but I only have one plant hanging off to the side, and I'll show you. But north windows don't get a whole lot of light, so plants can do okay. I would consider this low light, so if you have low light plants in your collection, they would do fine in a north window. But keep in mind, it is the lowest light, so you don't really want to put too much sun-loving plants in a north window because they wouldn't really appreciate the lower lighting conditions. But a lot of plants can tolerate low light and do fine, so you can always change around your plants in different lighting spots and see which ones they do well in, because I change up and move my plants all the time too. So yeah, I'll flip this around and show you the north window here. All right, so this is my north windows here. I don't have many plants at all. I just have one good golden pothos hanging in the corner here, and he does fine. Keep in mind, this light is really low light, so even though it looks like there might be a lot of light coming in, it really is not bright. And I would consider this for like snake plants or ZZ plants, you know, plants that can tolerate low light, and like some pothos. But I wouldn't put plants in this kind of light that really would appreciate the bright southern light that you would get from like a south or a west window. So keep in mind that north light is going to be the least light in your home. Okay, the next light I'm going to take you to is east light. East light is going to receive a lot of morning sun. So a lot of plants that like that sun are going to be Hoya plants and Monstera. And I have a few Pothos and like philodendron in this light. So yeah, they really get like a lot of that bright morning sun, and they do appreciate that light. So I would consider east light more like medium light to some bright and direct throughout the day. But yeah, I'll show you the plants that I have currently in my east windows. All right, so this is one east window in my home. So in the morning, we get some light that comes in through this window, and it's kind of offset to the side from, I have two heartleaf philodendrons, a Brazil and a lemon lime, and I have a silver stripe in there, which I got to put back. And then I have a scindapsus up here. And this neon is off to the side because it was kind of too big to hang anymore. And then I have this Hoya offset down here that gets east light. So these plants really do well in this lighting. It's like medium light, and I do have like some grow lights that are supplement. During the evening, since our days are shorter, we're not getting much light after like 5 p.m. So I do have, some of this light is coming from a south window, so they do get some indirect light from a south window, like way across the other side of the room. So Yeah, these plants really like the east window. And I have one more east window here that I'm going to show you, this one over here. So this is my other east window. I have a Monstera in this corner that really likes being here because I have this bright south window right here that shines in the afternoon. So it does get some offset light from that south window. So he is happy in that spot. I had more plants hanging up here on this bar, but I had to take them down because we are moving soon and I had to declutter the home for showings. But I have one Hoya in this east light here that is currently blooming, if you can see that beautiful Hoya bloom. But this plant loves east light and he does get some afternoon sun that you can see from a south window. So this is another south window in my home and it gets a lot of bright and direct light throughout the afternoon. I have a lot of different variation of plants on this shelf here. I have like alocasia, monstera, philodendron. I have some calathea down there. So all kinds of stuff. Now since this is in a corner offset between both windows, it doesn't get a whole lot of light in the morning, maybe a little bit. So I do supplement with grow light because throughout like mid-morning, afternoon, it doesn't get a whole lot of light. But since it is heading towards evening here, a lot of that south sun is coming in through the window. So these plants do appreciate some of that bright light that's coming in. But I also supplement with grow lights. If your space is in a corner like this, they're not going to get too much light, you know, at all times during the day. So it's important to supplement. Okay, so this shelf here I have offset from this patio. This is like south here. And so this is kind of shoved, like I would say this is probably a good 10 to 12 feet from that window. So this is going to be considered low light. These plants aren't getting much light at all. So I do have two supplemental grow lights. So if you think about the distance from here, it's not very close. So these plants are going to need extra light. This is definitely a low light situation. So I would definitely supplement with grow lights if you are this far from a window. And I'll show you this snake plant. This snake plant is getting low light only. He doesn't get any extra light. He is offset from that north window there, so he is not getting much light at all. So he still grows even though he's in low light, but he would appreciate more light because snake plants love bright and direct light even though they can tolerate low light. But he's fine here for now, and that's like the spot that I keep him in. Okay, and the last light that we'll talk about is going to be west light. I actually don't have any west windows in this home, so I don't have a window I can show you for west light. But your west light is going to be kind of the same as south windows. It's still going to be bright and direct light throughout much of the day, but it's a little bit more light than east and a little bit less than south in my opinion, but a lot of plants do really well in west windows and they love that bright and direct light. So if you have west windows in your home, it would be a really good option for your plants. Just keep in mind, if direct sun is landing on their leaves, you might want to try and put them back just a little bit, like at least a foot back from the window. But a lot of Hoyas and Monstera and philodendrons, they love bright and direct light. So if you have west windows in your home, you are very lucky, and that is very good light for your plants. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. It was a little bit of a different style video for me, and I hope you learned a little bit about light and different lighting situations. And we are going to be moving probably by January, and I will have a whole new plant set up and stuff. So if you are interested in watching me through that plant journey of moving and getting my new place set up, you know, follow along because I am going to be showing you guys everything. So if you thought this video was helpful and you learned something about light and plants, I would appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my upcoming planty content with the move and all sorts of stuff, I'm going to be having a lot more videos on my channel, so I would love to have you if you give me a follow. And yeah, head on over to my Instagram as well. It's at Plants by Melissa. I post daily over there and you can see a lot more of my plants and my plant collection. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in another plant tea video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you thought this video, you know, philodendrons